Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is game number 2 of the PUBG Reddit end of season tournament. I am Jorisar, and your observer this evening is SamWalton. A fantastic first game saw 4Pi take home the spoils with some incredible positioning throughout that game. They scored themselves 340 points as they have 4 kills as well. In second place, though, are Toxic with 11 kills, doing tremendously well. And the Penguin Carriers at 285 points with 6. But can we please give a special shout out to the Dream Team? 17 kills propels them to 4th place and 240 points on the leaderboard. And that is despite them only having 2 players. And you might be asking yourself, is that because they didn't learn into the game? No, it's because they went out drinking last night and the rest of their team were drunk. So the Dream Team with only 2 players, and I think they've actually got a few people into the game now as well. It might be a full team of 4 this time. Could be twice as powerful. Keep a lookout for them as we hop into Erangel now for game number 2. And an approximate 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock playing path here. Most areas of the map are going to be available for these guys. So they're going to be fairly happy. People who normally drop Primorsk, and I admit there aren't too many of them, will be slightly frustrated. But otherwise, everything is fine. I'm going to go with my Stalber meta and hope that a couple of my boys decide to go up there. We can see Novo and Military Base potentially getting occupied by 2 teams who jumped relatively early. But otherwise, things look relatively peaceful so far. It's amazing what you can do when you only give people parachutes and no guns. No one going Stalber. Oh, no, we might. I feel, yeah, okay. Bigglesworth and Co. are going Stalber. That makes me happy. Or are they? No, they're not. Oh. Well, my Stalber Kameshki meta, unfortunately, is not real. And, oh, this is interesting. Oh, no, some Saint is going Pachinki. I thought he wasn't for a second, and that would have been interesting, but no, it's no longer interesting. It's all right. We don't have to look at them. Novo is very interesting, though. We have 4Pi, the winners from the last game, having sole occupancy of Novo Repnoya, as things currently stand. Team 6, Reboot the System. Not to be mistaken for Crash the System, by the way, who are a different team. Are parachuting in near the crossroads as well, and they are shooting at 4 guys. Or 2. Wow, that was interesting. UFO just landed on your DP-28, Duck. Looking for those mid-air kills, but not quite able to find them on Team 21. And that's Mr. Squints and 8 Up, who look like they're going to try and get to Mill Base. They've got a little way to run, though, and Oren Scott and Co. are actually going to go past them in vehicles, so a little bit lolsy, unfortunately. And Morin Drake can do nothing about it because he only has his fists for company. I think that's Team 6, Reboot the System, that just went past them as well. So they are not going to have the best of luck. And this circle does not reward Military Base at all, unfortunately. Zaki, Georgia Paul, Rojok, and Pachinki's in there as well. Squads 3 and 10, by the way. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Oryx share possession of Pachinki as things currently stand. Yasnaya is a little bit popular, isn't it? Check this out. We have teams 4, 13, and 19 in here. So Crash the System, the Elite, and the Dream Team, who we were very excited to see last game. How many people are actually on Team 19 this game? There are 3. Is it 3? I mean, that makes them 50% more powerful. And that means that I Am Smiley is probably playing hungover because of the inside information that we got from... Is that a crossbow? Go on, Himanen. Everyone drop everything. I don't care where you are, what you're doing. We want a crossbow kill. Himanen, I believe in you. A crossbow kill against Crash the System would be positively exciting. Oh, and unfortunately, Bucky decides to take him out with a UMP, which is unquestionably unfair. Himanen, we believed in you. That's what matters right now. In our hearts and in our minds. And unfortunately, not in the game, because I don't actually think he's getting picked up anytime soon. So that's all right. Back on Military Base, where people are realizing that it's going to be next to impossible to get off. Warhawk in a vehicle. If Team 21, 4 guys, if they get out of here quickly, or like shoot the tires out on all the other vehicles and just leave Military Island, they could really screw over, Reboot the System here. And I am in favor of that approach, by the way. I love landing Military Base, going, oh my goodness, there are so many teams here, shooting out all the tires and all the cars, and then just getting out quickly and watching them all burn. But I guess I'm just that guy, and maybe not everyone plays like that in competitive games. Who knew? I think it's great fun. Now we have Chitty Chitty Bang Bang going up against Oryx. In the middle of Pachinki, some saying Drave, Jonesy, Max Reynolds going up against Sonor. Titty McBang, brilliant name. Dragon, and I didn't quite catch the fourth there, but they are within close enough proximity. Dewey, there we go, from last game, I remember him. That these guys will be able to check each other out in-game very, very soon, or intel getting passed on. Max Reynolds going, all right, guys, we know exactly where they are, which stack they are. Let's move in. Some Saint now looking potentially to take the first shot. Spots McBang. Deciding not to take it yet. I think it's wise. I think really you want 2 or 3 team members in your crosshairs before you start the engagement, because ideally you want to take it down to a 4v2 as quickly as you can at the beginning. Sonor and Dragon. Oh, Jonesy looking like... No, it was Some Saint who fired the first shot onto Sonor. Dragon managing to get that off him as well. Oh, and a Molotov going down. Very rarely do you see something like that happen in a competitive game. I like it, though. I love the use of the Molotovs. Great for getting people out of buildings and forcing people who are down to move around. Some Saint is surviving for now. Drave goes down to not very much health at all. No one pushing in at the moment. They're just kind of defending for this position right now. Jonesy is keeping Drave safe, and Max Reynolds moves over to Some Saint. Team 10 still being very chilled out. Dragon kind of the only person who's approaching danger. Sonor managing to get Jonesy, and I think that's going to result in a first down. Drave goes down as well, and suddenly it's a 4v2 in favor of Oryx here, who are moving around the side. Max Reynolds and Some Saint still alive. Drave gets taken out now. Jonesy still down. Dewey has taken out Dragon, because you can never be sure if your teammate is a spy. Always shoot them once first. I have no explanation for what just happened there. Oh, Dewey, beautiful headshot from Max Reynolds from across the way. Takes out Dewey. And can him and Some Saint put on some sort of masterclass here? Oh, here we go. Sonor around the corner. Good swap onto the AK. Secondary weapon takes out Sonor as well. And all of a sudden, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang are back in the running. Jonesy still on about 1/3 hit points. Has the potential here to do something. Into the smoke goes Some Saint with the UMP. Dragon prone at the moment. Oh, they can technically see each other. If it weren't for the smoke. Jonesy possibly providing intel from his position as well. Max Reynolds has identified which house they are inside of. I don't think Jonesy will be able to make it. Dragon finishes him off. It's now a 2v2. The battle for Pachinki continues. Remember, Pachinki is just about inside the next circle, so they're going to be okay. So this could end up being a very long, very protracted fight. Meanwhile, what other teams have we got in vehicles? Oh, hang on a second. This could actually be very quick indeed. Oh, and the railing foils McBang as he looks for Max Reynolds. Doesn't quite get him. Max, though, taking more damage in that particular engagement. Not ideal at all. But they are able to get back behind the broken wall there. And everyone on Mill Island is still there. Team 5 actually have a vehicle, so that's fine. I'm looking for Team 6 and Team 21 and how they get off of military base. Looks like Team 6 have gone around the left there. Chris and Mitchie sneaking out, knowing that Warhawk was trying to gatekeep them. So everyone is going to be able to get out just fine. They've left Ionzu behind, though, which is slightly awkward. But meanwhile, in Pachinki, because that is, after all, where all the action is going down. Some Saint and Max, Some Saint drawing a couple of shots. Beautiful headshots, but to be fair, in the window of the caravan, he was kind of asking for it a little bit. Max Reynolds rushing to try and help his teammate. Dragon and McBang still alive as Max moves in. Incredibly aggressive now. He needs to get the quick res before they can push to have any chance of this not being a 1v2. Dragon goes around the side looking for the flank. They're inside the smoke and they know it. Are they going to use the flank round and kill, or are they going to use it to get away? It looks like kill is the order of the day here. Some Say manages to get away to heal up, and Max Reynolds will be wise to move back behind the house. They do so. Dragon is flanking them. Do they realize this? McBang still in the same position. And surprisingly, no real big engagements outside the circle right now. Massive shout out, by the way, to Motox Nate, who is a one-person team. That's team number 20, Monka S. He has got 4 people signed up, but it looks like they've just abandoned him. But he is still toughing it out, being the one-man team in the squads game. I can respect that. Romilly, in the meantime, it looks like Ninja Bathgate might only have one person left, which is slightly awkward. So he's just hanging out on the outskirts of Yasnaya, waiting for people to go past. Teammates are going to get relatively close. That's the Saucy Boys. Hexel and Apollonius. But I don't think they're going for the compound specifically. He is looking towards it in case someone's there, but he's not making a beeline toward it. I don't think he wants to loot it as things currently stand. Who else is up here? Very quiet in Georgia Paul. Very quiet. Team Datarol. Oh, and that's a flare gun crate. Hang on to your horses. And that's for Team 19, the Dream Team. Looking delicious indeed. A Grozer is one of the weapons in here, but there were definitely more than one. Oh, tasty, tasty snipers as well. And that's an M4 that just got dropped on the ground. It's not often you decide to ditch an M4, ladies and gentlemen, and you would for guns like that. So the Dream Team, now 50% more powerful, as a third member of the team has woken up to an unbelievably glaring hangover, is going to announce their presence in the game with many crate weapons. In the meantime, these guys looking like they're going to circle and hang around in the God compound, which is very close to the center of the circle. It's not clear yet whether it's going to end up being north or south of the river. I owns you. He was in military base, by the way. He's part of 4 guys. Look like the rest of the team are coming up soon, and he manages to get Coldy to move out of his way. Burger King Foot Lettuce, only 1 member there at the moment. The rest lagging behind a little bit, but they are in vehicles and they are mobile. This is going to be a little bit of a drag race to the next compound by the looks of things. Mega Master very close to I owns you, but there's not too much you can do other than honk. Of course you're going to honk. Mega Master honks at everyone. If he can kill him with the car, I'm going to be mighty impressed. Unfortunately, he's drifting away and will possibly crash into a rock instead, which is significantly less cool by Mega Joe Master. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Haspo in the meantime. Oh, Haspo and Doug. Oh dear, this is 4Pi, and they've been caught out of position. Donsel wreaking havoc on them. The Elite. Oh me, oh my. They wanted the compound, but it was already occupied. I think this is, whereabouts is this on the map? I think this is just east of Georgia Pole. No, pardon me, east of Rojac, of course, because the blue is coming in. How on earth do you revive Duck from this position? Jay Wick trying to think of a way. Duck starting to bleed out. Oh no. And we've got CTS. We have crashed the system coming in behind them as well. This is not ideal. 4Pi are getting sandwiched right now. Gwendog is no longer in suitable cover. Gwendog might have to jump into the water. She won't like that, but actually she manages to get a shot or 2 off on Slug as well, forcing him to reconsider his options. Oh, he goes down. That's Silent Ninja. That's Team 24. That's toxic. So we have a third, possibly a 4th team getting in on the action here. Ridiculous stuff in game number 2 of the PUBG Reddit end of season tournament. Gwendog, at least for now, maybe owes her life to this squad. Race win. Cheeky revive. Lots of smokes everywhere. Gwendog could poke her head above the parapet here, but she's not going to. Staying below the bridge. Look at these trolls. Jay Wick and Gwendog deciding enough's enough, and they might not want to get in the way of these teams any longer. So we now potentially have a showdown between the Elite and Crash the System. Oh, and Axper in the meantime has got into the compound next door. When did that happen? The Meetup Boys being incredibly sneaky. Oh. And by incredibly sneaky, I mean incredibly dead. That's about as good as my Cost of Curse has been all day, to be perfectly honest. Donsel instantly getting the kill. So Axper being sneaky, Axper being dead. Seems to happen relatively close to each other. Mental note. Silent Ninja. Looking for more heads to pop at. Spots race win. That's Crash the System trying to get away now. I think he's just going to rejoin the rest of his team. Donsel and Ronnie Cray getting very close now. Looks like the first car will evade Team Toxic, even though they are spotted. Oh, they could... I don't think they'll succeed in blowing that UAZ up. It gets him to about half health, though, maybe slightly less as well. Donsel will be able to rejoin his teammate later on. Shooby Tree in the meantime, this is Team 7, Phantom Esports, in a bit of a shootout against Oryx, and it doesn't look like they have come off the better as well. That's Titty McBang and Dragon finishing him off, so they appear to have won the Battle of Pachiki. Oh no, Max Reynolds is still alive, I beg your pardon. So Max Reynolds and some say managed to get out as well, but they are, oh my goodness, they are right next to where this squad are about to disembark from their vehicles, so that's going to be very awkward. I think that's BBC Squad 17, it is indeed, and they are right behind Max Reynolds, and some say they're going to have to get over this hill as quickly as you like. So they are at least behind a hill now, and they're taking some more shots on the elite. But this is most definitely not the ideal scenario for them to deal. 19 teams left with 52 people alive as Max and Tori move into ruins. Ronnie Cray, though, very close to them. The elite might get into a big fight. Wow, when is the last time you saw 3 crates drop in such a small space that wasn't a custom game? Well, this is technically the 4th one, by the way. As we see... Oh, well, that's because it's a flare gun. Of course it's a flare gun. Right, what have we got? Let's check out items in the flare. M24 and a Groza. Thank you very much, says Reboot the System. And Romilly is just checking out a couple of crates there as well. I think he also just got the crate to the right of that. So, of course, yeah, the flare gun would actually do these kind of things. This is Team 19 on Team 8, the Dream Team against the Saucy Boys. Hexel Daddy has got the Mini 14 available, but he also needs sights of his opponents, and he is not interested right now. He's just going to run away and get a better position into the next circle. Don't blame him for it. They're currently outside the blue. Massive fight going on right now. Meme Team trying to run away, not to be confused with the Dream Team, of course, and they are going up against 4 guys. It looks like 4 guys are winning. People flocking towards Everest now. King Fat Guy makes it impressively far on a motorbike, doing some tasty stunts on his way up this mountain on a bike that is smoking perhaps a little bit more than necessary. Oh God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you do that? Why? How did he he should be dead. I'm just going to say it now. If it were me, he'd be dead. Oh God, he's about to be dead. He manages to take someone out in the process. Respect for getting Mr. Squints, and because he was taken out, it looks like Mr. Squints got run over by nobody, which is rather amusing in the kill feed for everyone else in the game. But we all know what happened on stream. That was quite a tasty sequence of events. More of that, please. Falco, in the meantime, the Penguin Carriers are up on top of Everest, doing a spectacular job of surveying all that they own. In the meantime, the Elite going up against and currently defeating Team Toxic, but they will be able to get some revives. Oh, and that's a flare gun if I've ever heard one. Okay, oh, Ronnie finally gets taken down, but not before getting 3 downs. That's a big old salute. Who's going to knock one to the noggin there. A lot of downs going on Team 24. Where is the flare gun, though? Was the flare gun up above them? Can we see? Can we look up and see if... Oh, there it is. Who called the flare gun? That's what I want to know. Was it Mega Joe Master & Co? Who is underneath that flare? It's Team 10. That is Team 10. That's Team Oryx, I think. I love how that flare kind of floats as well. I'm pretty sure flares don't... Oh, no. It's not quite floating. It's slowly dropping. That is kind of what flares do in real life. Fair enough. Team 14 and Team 10, relatively close to this. Ooh, look, it's so pretty. I am fairly confident that was Team 10, Oryx. But Team 14, Burger King Foot Lettuce, might actually get in on the action here. I still haven't found out what the hell... who came up with that team name and why. The guys on Everest are just going to look on. Squads 23 and 9. That's the Goodfellas and Team Dadarol having a whale of a time outside the zone at the moment, shooting each other. Not ideal. Oh, Motox Nate. Go on, Motox Nate. Hanging around in the lake. I mean, I don't recommend he just stays there the entire time because people will come fishing, but maybe buy a rock on the bank would be reasonable, as long as he stays out of trouble. Ronnie Cray still fighting against Team 24. Toxic, though, are further away now. It's going to be a little more difficult. BBC are also south of them. Ruins is actually becoming a bit of a hotspot, and it's good that SamSate and Max Reynolds managed to get out of there so quickly. MK14 on Everett tank now as the Penguin carrier, so they must have gotten a crate at some point earlier as well. Look to go up against 4 guys who have made it to the top of Everest. This is going to be a boxing match, and amusingly, Burger King Foot Lettuce are behind them as well, so this could end up being a 4-guy sandwich. Oh god, did I just say 4-guy sandwich on stream? Anyway, this could be a 4-guy sandwich. You'll have to contextualize yourselves, boys and girls. Who is the member of Squad 14 who's most likely to start shooting? Airtree, of course it's Airtree. Ruining the fun before it begins. And Penguin Carrier is actually taking a couple of shots against Burger King Foot Lettuce as well. BKFL. Not having the best of times. They were hoping to just come up behind them and finish a couple of people off while they were in the middle of a firefight, but they might have gotten involved slightly too early here. Penguin Carrier still holding the top, and they're holding the very edge of the blue as well. Oh no, here comes fishing. Max Reynolds trying to get the double, doesn't quite make it out alive. Race win. Here comes SamSate. He hears the footsteps. There we go, and that's Team 4. Crash the system. Out of the game, Team 3. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang taking them out. Max Reynolds and SamSate managing to hold on to that sort of post-ruins kind of spot. Whoa! Do not want to be there. Underneath those guys. Apollonius looking for a cheeky kill. Won't find it. That's against team number 9, Team Datarol, who are now deciding to go fishing a little bit. Motox Nate spotting an opportunity. It's 1v3. If there's ever a time 1v3 is extremely effective, it's when you're going fishing. Keep going, Motox Nate. Keep going. They're getting away. What are you doing? Dovlex definitely sees it. 1 down. Go on, Motox Nate. And Throny. 2 down. Oh, never mind. He's got problems of his own to worry about. An M249 in the shape of Romilly has the potential to completely destroy John right now. Yeah, you would get out of there, mate. That is not a nice sound to wake up to in the morning, let me tell you that. Oh, there's also a jet ski. He wants the jet ski. Oh, brutal. Car 98 says, good night, Mr. John. John 41 will go down. We're down to 13 teams now and 33 alive, and Motox Nate has suddenly found a new lease of life. You are Rambo. He is John Rambo. He is not afraid of anyone. Ah, bullet, run! Run. Never mind. Hexel Daddy finishes him off. So that's the Saucy Boys finishing off the story of Motox Nate, who, by the way, is in this game as a solo player. Massive support there. Penguin Carriers looking like they still have Everest. And, ooh, unfortunately, 4 guys look like they're down to 1 guy. Just Warhawk alive. And we have the disengage as well from Team 14. Burger King Foot Lettuce deciding not to go ahead and pursue this line of action. God Compound now being gobbled up by the zone. Mitchy Boy holding out on Apollonius. Reboot the system. Know that they have Saucy Boys right where they want them right now. And oh, good timing on the tick. But what on earth are you going to do 1v4? And he rushes in. And he gets taken out. That's Apollonius out of the game. We're down to 10 teams, ladies and gentlemen. As the Saucy Boys are taken out. Oh, colorful. Giving it a good go with a tasty, tasty silenced Groza. Gotta love that, the Dream Team. Taking the wheels out from the UAZs as well, just before Mitchy Boy is able to get in and move it. Not ideal right now. He runs back into the building. Will be able to do so before he gets his head popped off. But otherwise, not great news for them right now, as they're going to have to move out to get into the next circle. And we have the Dream Team doing a great job gatekeeping there. Kim Fatty the third taking out Moo Moo Max Max. And I believe that was Crimson with the third kill as well. This is Team 17 BBC going up against Burger King Foot Lettuce. Kim now getting taken down by Coldy, one of our fellow custom games hostess. Hashtag no bias. If anything, we kind of want them all to die. It's like our thing. Airtree looking for the finish. Finds the finish. Clinical shots there with the M4. Spots that there are teammates, though. Needs to be careful. And Clemay, that's exactly why you need to be careful. Coldy goes down like a sack of potatoes. Groza plus Ghillie Suit equals Tasty Tasties, as far as these guys are concerned. So BBC still have a comfortable amount of firepower in their arsenal. Airtree getting shot at a reasonable amount now. Still hasn't spotted that he's actually coming from his left instead. They're actually just running to escape the zone. Oh dear, and this is Squad 6 Reboot the System. We knew that they would have a difficult time coming in here as long as Team 19 were around. Trading headshots there. Big boy. He's going to have enough time to heal up, though. No one is around him at the moment. I have to say the Dream Team are in an excellent spot right now. Massive nade. I think it's going to be short by about 5 meters, but we will see. Chris and Orange Squad. Never mind. The vehicle explosion will get them if the nade does not. That is brutal. And suddenly, they all go out of the game. Roddy Crado coming in for the Elite. We are down to 7 teams and 9 teams alive. This is the PUBG Reddit end of season tournament, ladies and gentlemen, and you are watching game number 2. I'm Jarisar. Observing is SamWalton. We are in the thick of the action as the circle gets ever smaller. Airtree and Mega Joe Master now finding a quote-unquote the lost compound. That's not going to do them too much good, though. Bad boy. Almost taking Casey's noggin straight off there. I think that was an initial headshot, followed, unfortunately, by no knockdown for him. Coming up onto this compound. Now, this is difficult. We are going to have Burger King Foot Lettuce go up against Team Toxic, who basically have the last stronghold in the circle. I'm not sure that's going to be possible for them to basically... No, it's just not possible for them to storm that unless somehow someone goes full Rambo. I don't think that's realistically going to happen, though. Team 24 can just hold that compound and effectively guarantee themselves a place in the top 3. Colorful and the Dream Team are the most likely ones to try and stop that, but there's no reason right now for Team Toxic to fight out in the open. Let's see who can maybe cause a bit of disruption to this party. The Penguin Carriers. There are still 4 of them. They are outside the circle. They are coming up to the road now and crossing it, and no one is looking at them right now. Airtree and Mega Joe Master are getting all of the attention. Squad 24, it's a 4v2. They see them around the blue as well. Frag grenade goes out to just in front of where Airtree is, but won't quite connect. If that went and rolled over the hill, that would have been disastrous for them. But they have to move. 5 seconds till the circle moves in. Very chucking more and more frags. They know that they're there. This squad fight. I think Mega Joe Master has the right idea here of moving north and potentially going into the water to prolong their stay in the game a little bit more. We'll wait and see. The Penguin Carriers now in a little bit of a firefight of their own, and that's with the Dream Team too. So they are in the thick of everything as things currently stand. I'm Smiley, really not feeling the pressure at the moment. They know that there's no one else on this half of the circle, and they just have to look outwards. If there was someone behind them right now, they would be absolutely destroyed. But the fact is they know they own this part of the circle. So Penguin Carriers might have no choice but to attempt to engage somehow with the Dream Team, who've done tremendously, tremendously well this game. They're getting shot at by multiple directions now. The Penguin Carriers probably have to find some cover going into the circle. Penguin Sniper himself getting that headshot onto OK Silent Ninja. These guys are still holding the compound, are Toxic, but they're being quite open with their position. And I'm a little bit worried that Big Ol' Snoot might accidentally come into contact with someone else that isn't shooting at him. He is, after all, planting a lot of bullets in their general direction. Falco, I think, just ate 2 headshots. I'm surprised he still has a helmet, to be honest. He's going to have to heal the hell up. He can actually see people in the combat. He'd rather they take out each other. Oh, well, Groza, obviously a useless gun. Big ol' salute takes out Falco. He gets down himself, though, so now if Falco can get to lower ground, where Team 24 can't actually get at him, he might get resurrected. And I think that's exactly what Katie's trying to do. Oh, and she gets down herself, unfortunately. So ironically, Donsel in the smoke is the only person that seems to be safe from that position right now. But there are 2 members of Team 24 Toxic who are currently down as well. And that's what happens when you don't end up staying in the compound for long. So they are trading at the moment. It looks like it's a 2v2 between Team 24 and Team 2 with Donsel in the middle. Donsel finishing off Katie is going to be a strange one indeed. And Berry going up against Penguin Sniper now as Donsel dies in the middle, I think. We're down to 3 teams with 8 alive as Mega Joe Master goes out. So that's Burger King Foot Lettuce. Respectable 4th place for them. Mr. Penguin Sniper, once again, the only Penguin that's actually doing the carrying today. Team 24 moving in on his position. I don't think he has any boosters left. He's going to be stuck on 75% HP for the rest of the game. A lot of frags going his way. He's trying to stay silent, trying to stay sneaky. And he is unsuccessful in doing so. 2 teams and 7 alive now. It is the Dream Team going up against Team 24 Toxic. It's a 3v4. And I believe it's Toxic that have 4 people alive. Dream Team with 3. They got 17 kills in that last game, though. And they are absolutely worth their weight. Oh, Colorful down and Big Boy down as well. I am smart. They have to get behind the rock and they have to get the resurrects off. They need some smokes off, really. They don't want to be playing this game. 2v4. Looking for a quick snipe and a shot. But to be perfectly honest, they need to be fighting as a unit. It can't just be one sniper versus the world. I mean, it can be. You can be godlike. But you'd ideally want to have the backup. You'd want to have the option to flank. I'm Smiley, though, absolutely going for a crazy wide flank here. And the rest of Toxic might not know he's gone around, so this could actually play very much into his hands. Colorful has been rezzed. It's all about I am Smiley. Do they notice the flank? Oh, topping up a little bit from those bodies as well. Well, if they didn't know about the flank before, they sure as hell do now. Silent Ninja looking his way, going, where on earth did that come from? Colorful getting taken down again. He's going to start bleeding up very quickly shortly. And here we go. Silent Ninja and OK are now pushing up towards Colorful because they know the last remaining teammate is on the other end of the circle trying to flank. Silent Ninja has an opportunity now. He needs to get taken out by I'm Smiley before they reach the other team members. Otherwise, Colorful won't get res. Colorful does actually take him down. He just gets res in time. I am Smiley with the 2nd kill and the 3rd. And they managed to do it. Team 19, the Dream Team, win game number 2 after having too many people hung over to join game number 1 and still coming in 3rd and 17 kills. I think we know who the team are to watch this tournament, do we not? Very well played by them. Big Boy, I am Smiley, and Colorful, each with 3 kills. Nice even kill distribution there as they take home the spoils in game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the PUBG Reddit Custom Games. I am Jorisar, your commentator, and your host and observer is SamWalton. That was game number 2. Game 3 will start on the hour. We'll see you then.